hello, and welcome in the tunnel, sports fans. I am here with my favorite co-host, Patrick the Truth Truesdale.
What's going on, H-Town? I'm excited today.
I am too. I didn't even introduce myself. I was just going through you, okay, because I can get over here because I'm so excited. But I am your host, Nicole with the K and the Y, and I have the pleasure of being here with I consider a friend. And the first time we met, we actually and literally broke bread together.
Yes,
Okay.
we
And I
did.
have been there so many times. I don't even want to tell you how many. Okay. It's some good garlic bread. But my friend, former Nicholls State University, New England Patriots, and Dallas Cowboys, and owner of BME Athletics, Mr. Terrence Cook.
My
Thank you,
brother
thank
from
you.
another mother.
Glad to be here.
We can't forget about the World League team. Was
Yep,
it
World
Wranglers?
League.
And the
Yep.
World
San
League.
Antonio
San
Wranglers.
Riders.
Riders, my bad,
San
Riders.
Antonio
Yep, San
Riders.
Antonio
Okay.
Riders, yes.
The best trainer.
Okay, thank you for joining us today, and we're
pleasure.
gonna have some great conversation.
Yes.
Um,
But guess what? We got somebody behind the scene. Our boy Melvin just walked in the building.
hello,
Melvin's in the building. You got the Chiquita?
okay, hey, okay, Ole. All right, so in the tunnel, sports fans, I need for you to like, share, subscribe, comment on all our social media platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All right. So, Terrence,
hmm
we like to pay our bills.
hmm
And so this episode is brought to you by Brian E. Overstreet, the bow tie lawyer. Facing a legal storm, unsure where to turn. When you want your criminal case dismissed, there's only one name to remember: Brian E. Overstreet, the bow tie lawyer. From minor charges to serious allegations, Brian Overstreet is the answer when the odds seem stacked against you. With 25 years of experience and a track record of success, Brian is the defender you need in your corner. Remember, when you're in legal trouble, don't stress, just call the bow tie lawyer at 281-8204 law and let the Overstreet Law Firm fiercely defend your rights. Okay. We, as I always say, we hope we never have to need, but if we do, we know we got to
Yes.
do
We
it.
got Street in the house.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Definitely.
All right, so Truesdale, I want to get down and let's do some sports talk. The Olympics, it's come, it's gone, and it's been kind of interesting.
Yes.
First I do want to talk about the US men's basketball team. They really had to, get out there and hustle and step it up. But they did, a win is a win, right?
Right.
They beat France
Mhm.
98-87, which makes this the fifth straight gold medal. Thanks to Curry, he was shooting flames in the final minutes and he had hit some 3s. Okay.
Mhm.
And then Kevin Durant, when I was looking up about him, he is now the first player in men's Olympic basketball to win 4 gold medals
Mm.
and had the most points scored in the Olympics for Team USA. So shout out to
It's
him.
good to know.
And then of
yes.
course, LeBron did his,
Mhm.
did his thing. So what you think?
I mean, I think that the basketball is really getting to be real competitive now because the biggest market in the league is not most of the American players. It's the foreign players. Joker, I look at the France team. The France had, 4 boys, the number 1 pick, 4 boys getting drafted, and they got another big crew coming next year, some top draft picks because it's hot over there. And, but at the end of the day, we came through, and at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Durant, it wasn't for LeBron and Curry, it would have been hard to win,
True.
And it's going to be a good team next in 28, even though it's coming to L.A. Back in L.A., last time I was in L.A. in 1984. And, of course, Ant-Man going to be a big key in that 28 Olympics. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's competitive now. We came through. And the thing I'll tell my friends all the time that they play fundamentally ball over there, fundamentally sound basketball. And that's what's making everything really interesting over there. And I knew it was going to be a dogfight for them to win the gold medal. But they came through and they won. Like I said, huge. And big props to especially Curry, Durant, and LeBron. I got to give props to them.
Yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts? How you feel about it?
Same thing. I agree to that. Is time is changing now. European guys now, they have so many in the NBA right now. In the draft, like Pat say, in the draft, that the like four in the top six,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
picks, and it's just so competitive and stuff in European ball. And like I said, the fundamentals is that's what they're known for, the fundamentals. And the Europeans people, just the athletes is just so fundamental science compared to our guys. We all about street and this and that, and that's good, but it's a competition, and stuff.
Right,
And
right.
I think we have a great chance in 28 to win it, but it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be competitive.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's gonna be
yeah.
competitive. It's
Yeah,
gonna be very
definitely.
close. It's gonna be very
France is gonna be a team to watch.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
France, Germany, Joker team. What country?
What was that?
This is so you could not.
I forgot what it, but
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
They played them.
They won the bronze. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. The Joker's still young. He's
Yeah.
still he's like 28, 29.
Yeah.
And he's honestly, he's the top three best player in the league.
Oh, no doubt.
Joker's
I mean, like I said, most of the guys that play overseas are the biggest marketing in the NBA. We think about it. Okay, we know LeBron, we got Curry, you got the kid Brown at Boston, but you got to think about it. Joker, guy coming in from France, Greek Freak, all them, and those guys. A lot of those teams, they was NBA players on the team. Some teams had over 5-7 players on the team in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. And the best thing,
that's good.
That's real good.
Canada got a bunch of guys.
Yeah, Canada got a bunch of guys too.
Yes.
So it's gonna be real competitive. It's gonna be fun.
And Terrence, since we were talking about the competitiveness and everything of the guys overseas, but it's also as well with the women.
Yes.
They had to get out there, and
they
hustle.
They
made it their 8th straight gold medal, but they still had to get out there and hustle the ball.
Yeah. They had to beat
the same thing.
The crazy thing, Nicole, they had to beat the same team that the boys had to beat to get their gold medal.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of girls on that team playing the WNBA.
Right. But they came through, and Naja Wilson, she led
the
US
balled.
team, 21 points,
She
4
balled.
blocks, 13 rebounds.
She was everywhere.
Copper came off the bench and played a big role.
Yeah.
They scored 12 points, and that's made a big
and I can see their team gonna be real good too. I know they're gonna have Clark on the next team in 28, so they're gonna be. It's gonna be real interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be real. And then, like I said, they can't lose in America. They'll be embarrassed. I'm telling you, they're gonna be embarrassed. Everybody
said, all things are possible.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the most. That's gonna go down in history. Oh Lord, they lose in America.
And that's when it changes its course,
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. So, Truesdale, we talked earlier a little bit about Sha'Carri Richardson, and I wanted to highlight something, Terrence, so we know she's fast, we know she's beautiful, we know some of her trials and tribulations and stuff. But what I want to talk about is something that she had it was a photo of her that went viral. When she was racing, everything like that, and she had this confidence, this glance, look over, and some people were tweeting that it was like a smug, she was, racing next to some people who were like from Germany and Great Britain and stuff. But that's what it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of read a little bit so we can kind of go into it. And so she says that the look had more to do with her than her competitors. She says she looked over, and I just knew that no matter what was going on, there was nobody that I was going to allow, even myself, to be in front of me. I wasn't going to even allow myself not to cross that finish line in first place and not get that medal, or to let down those ladies and the support that we received when it comes to us crossing the finish line in the first place as Team USA. The look over it's almost like it was a mirror on the side of me, and I'm just looking at a version of myself that nobody but me could see.
That's good.
So, when people were thinking that was smug, it was really something that, that a lot of us do. And the point is not to let anyone, including yourself, get in your own way.
Yes.
I have a feeling that has happened in her
Well,
life.
it happened to her. She's been going through it.
And so she's like, I got to do this.
She had a chip on her shoulder.
She had to,
missed Olympics last
time, and it was some BS.
Through trial tribulation, but if it was a guy, it'd been something totally different. The boat and the Jamaica runner, on a great runner. He used to do that all the time. When he used to run across, he's looking this and that.
Yeah.
Then nobody don't say nothing about it.
Right,
For a young lady like her and this and that, everybody gonna have something to say. I didn't think nothing of it. They ain't paid no mind. But
But
people
we're in a
always
world
gonna
where
have
people make
always gonna
something
have
out of
something to say.
something,
You're gonna always
and
have
I'm
something to
glad
say.
of her response. Was like,
Yes,
this was
that's
about
very good
me.
response.
Yeah, she did right. I mean, and then, like
I'm
I
proud of her.
said, she
Yeah.
probably she had a chip on her shoulder. She let them know. She looked across. Hey, I'm here. We run this. Because think about it. When a man was getting their butt wore on the Olympics the year when Jamaica was winning, it was like, oh man, they outrunning us. It's going down. So as American men and girls, we had a chip on our shoulder, letting the people know we still run this. We've been running this for years, and we hold most of the records. So she basically like, hey, y'all tried to count me out, what I had to go through. So I'm letting y'all know I'm here. I'm here to stay. I'm sending a message across. And now she's down in history. That's one of the things where kids will be reading about her in the history books like read about Jesse Horn. Real talk.
So I want to ask you a question, Terrence.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think the mindset of Shakari, that she described, for competing against a version of herself, reflect like the mentality of athletes you train?
Well, I try to mentor. That's the difference from my training. Pat could tell you from a lot of those trainers. I do a lot of mentor, talk about mental, talk about how to approach training and performing and this and that. And I try to um, talk about the whole mentality. It's like I talked to my son the other day. He was complaining, Tyler, complaining about this and that, and I said, Tyler, don't worry about everybody else. Block everything else. Focus on you. You can't control something. You can't control. Just focus on you. And he called me the other day, Pat. Last time I told you, he said he was 14 linebackers there. He was on forward on dead chart. Dad. You got to run the first team now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I said, don't let it go. I said, they couldn't put you right there. You have to focus and don't let no distraction. Just like I told Max, he getting ready to go to college at Harvard. I said, a lot of my kids, I said, and I talked to him, I said, you got to go, you're going to go through a lot of trial and tribulation. You're not used to college is another level. And it's a lot of mental. Coach is going to treat you a certain way. You don't have time. You got to focus on doing what you have to do. And I just talk to a lot of my kids and mentor them while I'm training them, how to carry themselves, how to respect people, and about the education. We just talked about that. Education come first. Pat can tell you that. I don't mess around with education. My oldest boy, he have 3 more years of eligibility. He graduated last year, working on his master's. And
TCU.
Yeah, at TCU. And I remember Pat can tell you when he was at Nolan Ryan in Pearland, he was one of the top players, and he was a straight A student. He was messing around. I took him out for the whole year. Everybody went crazy. I say, my son is not a B average student. He's an A average student. It hurts me worse than it hurt him. I'm not gonna allow him to go out there and play. I say, till you get them grades and get your attitude right. He brought him up, but he still didn't play. And my youngest one knows that, and my oldest one, he's appreciated. He appreciate that. He's all about them grades. Yeah, football is more important, but them grades.
I remember that it was yesterday. I remember that like it was yesterday because I remember that one coach ago said, the Asian coach said, he said, well, better now than do it now than later. It's better now than later to get the head start on way later. And from there, he ain't never looked back. Yeah. So I never had no problem with it though. Yeah. So that's important.
It's hard on them young kids, education, female, and I deal with girls too. I deal with track athletes and that. It's a mental thing. You try to help them out and encourage them. It's so the kids today is different from when we was coming up. They're so fragile. Social media, everything is so it's tough on these kids, and they look at all that. They're always on the thing, and that's why I try to talk to them and advise them and tell them to stay off that pretty much. But I have a pretty good relationship, Pat can tell you, with all my kids. Everybody talk about how good my kids are. I've just been fortunate. Been doing this for 30 years now. Yep. Training for 30 years, and I love what I do. I could have played. I could have been a strength coach at University of Miami. A friend of my teammate, I played ball. Randy Shannon was the head coach, but I wanted to stay here with my son and watch my kids play, and just continue to make a difference, with the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like you were saying about Tyler, the kids got to realize it's another phase. You know, you could be great in little league, get the junior high, but you got different phases, and a lot of these kids out here scared of competition. I'm saying Tyler now because that's one thing I tell them. I said, look, you going to another phase. You may get to that program. They may have, like you said, 14 linebackers. That don't mean nothing. That don't make you hard and get ready because that's just the way it's going to be. And you leave JUCO, from there it's going to be another phase. Go to league is going to be another phase. It's all a business. And then they teach them later on in life. Even everybody don't go pro, but life is a business. So get prepared for that. Because you may have an interview with 14 people in there. They're gonna pick one. So you got to get ready for that. Don't go in there low self-esteem. Don't go in there low confidence because I ain't gonna. Nah, that should make you. You gotta have that competitive. It's a mental thing. Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk a little bit about Gabby Thomas. She won the gold medal in the 200 meter with the finish of 21.83 seconds.
Yeah, she about to have a lot of endorsement deals. She about to have a lot. She about to be in front of the Pretty Girl magazine. That's a pretty little girl.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And then there's Mossy Russell. She won the gold in the 100-meter hurdle, crossing the line in 12.33 seconds, beating France by 100th of a second. Okay. And so after she won, she went to X, and so I kind of like it. She tweeted, I guess, or whatever the X did, whatever they call it now. X, don't ever play with me. You know what I'm saying? But this was her first time qualifying and stuff, and then she won and she get it. So again, that mental health, I don't know, necessarily her background story, but again, it's not necessarily a gloating thing. It's like these people really sacrificed a lot. And, just for me to walk fast for 30 minutes, I'm out of breath. So these people really, really, are training, and they deserve it. They deserve it.
It's a mental thing. You work so hard. And if you don't achieve it, or injuries or something happened, it's a mental stress. What my son Terrence went through with injury, and he worked so hard, and he went through it. We had to get him some, talk to someone, this and that, because it's good to talk to dad, but you need to talk to someone that you don't know, no judgment, no this and that. And I told him, I hadn't talked to a good friend of mine, Patrick, know him, Q, Dr. Quinella, and she helped him, and like I said, it's so important. So important.
So you need to give that advice to a lot of parents out there, because a lot of these parents think they can do it on their own, and sometimes they think nothing ain't wrong with their kid. They don't want to get no help, and that's important. Like I said, you took him to one of the best, Dr. Q. They don't realize that.
So I also want to talk about all this kind of still revolves around mental health. Noah Lyles, he had tested positive for COVID, and he also has asthma. But he still, he still went out there and did his thing. And like during the time when he, was sick and everything, the biggest concern was him getting bronchitis, because then it would have got an infection and stuff like that. But he still became the world fastest man in 100 meters. And he says that he's used to, let me see how he says it, that he's used to becoming somewhat an anti-hero. And he says he's used to hearing a lot of criticism about him because, he's always suffered through that during his childhood. And again, we don't know what's driving these people to run, right? But he said along with his asthma, he's also have dyslexia, anxiety, depression, and attention deficit hyperactive disorder. So all of these things, he was a target for being bullied and stuff like that when he was a kid and stuff like that. So I don't know if his story was he started running for his life because he was being bullied, and then found something,
especially this day and time, they so cruel,
and stuff like that.
He found something that he could put all his energy into. Some people have go through a lot of things and problems. They need an outlet, something to do, and that running was his I don't know if his mom put him in it or he got into it. That was a big outlet for him. He loved doing this and that, and that makes a huge difference. You find an outlet, something and focus your energy into.
That was like his therapy.
That was definitely.
Exactly.
And he praises a lot, owes a lot to his mom and stuff. And she was very supportive of him. And one of the things she said, and I wanted to, kind of put this in here, that she told her son, it's better to have goals and put them out there and not achieve them than to sit there all your life and wonder what if.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. So, but these athletes, they all have a story of at least one person supported them, at least one person, was there for them, whether it was a blood relative or somebody,
Yeah.
through
You need that
adoption
one
or
support.
whatever,
Yeah.
that kind of
Mhm.
thing, because I can only just imagine the cost that it is,
I mean, it takes a village, but if you got one person can really encourage and push you, that one person could be a village. So it takes that. And it was just funny too, because Snoop Dogg was all over the place, but he was hanging around his mom a lot, their family a lot, and that was kind of fun and funny to see too. But he overcame what he had to go through, and I'm proud of him. I hate to see him lose that last record because I knew he had COVID, and I knew something was wrong with him. The way he was kind of rolling around, but
my opinion is this: I wouldn't have ran. If
nah.
I had COVID, I wouldn't do that because he had a chance to affect everybody else too. Because after that, he was hugging people and everything else.
Yeah.
And he got COVID.
Yeah.
Major COVID, and you can see how sick he was. Yes, he ran for a person that had COVID sick, came out third to be, one of the bronze. That's excellent, but I wouldn't ran.
I know they were slick with it.
Me.
I know they were slick because he came out with a mask on.
Something wrong. I seen him with, man, what's going on? Now all of a sudden he got a mask on, but
and it's not wrong having a mask on because, like I said, there's a lot of people around, so it's still effect. But still, it kind of gave it away though.
Yeah, he did.
But
that's just me.
He did what he did though. Yeah. Because a kid like that go through that. It's a lot of people tell him he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, he's gonna be there for a while. He's a good kid. He's great to being endorsements. He's gonna do have a great, a lot of endorsements, like you say, Gabby Thomas, same thing. Gonna get a lot of endorsement, and she's a great person. And the most important things, Patrick could tell you, my kids, and I talk to my other kids, you got to have great character.
Oh,
plays a role, especially when you.
I believe in that.
Especially when you
Nicole,
just color.
I believe in that. My character. You could do anything to me with my character. My character is, you could say what you want, this and that. Somebody could talk about me, this and that. But Terrence. Pat knows Terrence. Pat experienced some people talk about, and Terrence. They know me. It's your character.
It's your character.
It's everything. And I tell my boys that. I tell my kids that. You got to carry yourself a certain way in your character, and you represent your mom, your dad. I tell my kids, you represent Cooks, my name. You represent me. You make me. You do bad. You making me look bad, completely.
It's like when I was raised. I remember Jerome Bettis said this in his Hall of Fame speech. His dad said, "I may not give you. I can't give you much, but at the end of the day, one thing is important: don't embarrass the name."
Yeah.
And I was raised like that. Don't embarrass the name. Yeah.
Cooks, you ain't got that many cooks out there.
Right. And there's no reason to. It's no valid reason.
Yeah. It's so important.
Cooks, tell us about a little where you come from.
I come from a little small town in Louisiana. It's Napoleonville. Swamp people that come on, swamp people.
Yeah.
Troy.
Okay.
Troy, the older guy, he's popular. Shoot. Yeah. Troy, I know Troy. Troy is the same town I'm from. Assumption Parish. I'm from Assumption Parish, Peel Park, Louisiana. I'm a real country boy, small town. We have a lot of athletes come from my high school. Brandon Jacob, Tremaine Williams, Robinson, Jalen Mills. I didn't realize Johnny Meads was here. Remember Johnny Meads? All those guys came from my Assumption High School, my high school. I think I had 8 guys from that little small town, and it's everybody know everybody. Love is an outdoor town because you can hunt, fish, do everything there. I have buddies that come from New Orleans, don't want to go back home, but I loved it. I enjoyed it. I'm a country boy. I love peace and quiet. I love, I'm not a city person, but I could deal with the city, but I prefer the country and stuff. But
I understand that level of peace.
Look over, he the man though, because I remember Brandon Jacob. I said, Terrence Cooks? Yeah. He said, I said, yeah, where you at? And I was like, Dad, he's like, he opened doors for all of them. He's the king of the,
And Brandon played in the Super Bowl. He's almost 40 years old. I still look at them as kids.
Right. What is that? Talk about that. What is that feeling like? And like you just,
it's just weird. All those kids know me. These in Tremaine. I seen Tremaine about in May. We had a camp, and he came out to go. He's 30, 36.
So I played for Green Bay?
Green Bay,
Jermaine.
yeah.
That's
Jermaine
Overstreet.
Flair,
That's what Brian Overstreet represent.
Okay.
And Rodney
Okay.
Williams.
Yeah.
He played about what, 15 years?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. All those kids was, young because I had, like I say, everybody looked it up to me, when I was there. I did
He's the man.
everything.
Shit, Jermaine got a
I go in
son.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, Jermaine's son gonna be a monster, man. That kid can run.
I
Yeah.
heard, yeah.
Just as they
Yes,
going today.
yes.
So that's a kid gonna
Yes,
be
yes.
looking forward going look see play him run.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's talented.
So since we're already here, I was gonna go into the locker room and then go into your interview. But since we're already here, let's go here. So the first thing I would like to do is put up your pick. Okay.
Boy, work out the celebrities out. What is top class there?
Yeah. Yolanda Adams. I've been training Yolanda for almost 20 years now. A friend of mine introduced me to Yolanda, and she was looking for someone, and we've been close ever since, like brothers and sisters. And she's every time she's in town, she comes. We work out and train and everything else. And it's a good person, a great person, great personality. Like some entertainers you see have different ways. She's
just
genuine, real. Yeah, she's a great person. That's my sister. We get it. If I need anything, I can let her know, call her. It's no problem. She'll be there for me.
So she still pull up in that big love boat?
Yeah, the Rolls Royce.
Big body.
Yeah.
Oh, when she pulled out, like, who the hell? I think it was the mafia that came. She probably got.
I remember one time she had test drive on a big Phantom, big Rolls Royce Phantom, and she said, "Get in, test drive." Man, I ain't want to drive. If something happened, go ahead, get in. Try to chicken run. I'm like, oh man. I slowly went around, came back and parked it. I'm like, okay,
I'm good.
But you know what's crazy about her career? You see people singing in concerts on Grammys and different things, getting awards where she's been. But man, I've been seeing her lately. Now she's doing a lot of acting.
Yeah, she's
doing good,
hot, man. She's producing. She's doing a lot of producing this and that. Yeah, she's hot. She's staying busy, real busy, and I hit the iron while it's hot.
Yeah, you got that right.
And she, like I said, her daughter, Taylor, she's in California right now doing well. She graduated from Howard University and stuff, and doing well. And like I said, I'm happy for her too.
Right. So I want to ask you, what motivated you, to go from, pro, to being a trainer, owning your own gym,
What really is, Nicole, my degree is in criminology, sociology, and I was planning on working for the government, FBI, this and that, CIA, and
the government.
And when I was a Cowboys and I met my first wife and stuff, and I know it's going to be tough, that type of lifestyle and this and that. I got into, because I enjoyed training, and I did a few other things when I got retired from ball, and I decided to, I love training. Let me I went to Baylor School of Medicine and got certified and stuff, and start training, and been training ever since. Love it. I love it. Love what I do. Make a difference. And stuff. I had opportunity to go. A friend of mine worked for United States Marshal. Wanted me to. I'm like, nah. I found my niche. This is what I do. No, thank you. This and that, because he know that's what I had a degree in, that field and stuff. He wanted me to get into it, but I'm like, nah. I love training. I love making a difference. I put in long hours. I could tell you, long hours. And people say, how you do it? I wake up every morning being thankful that I have this type of job. Some people don't want to get up to go to work, and I get up at 4 a.m. I go to bed at 12, 1 at night. That's average 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep.
I overstand.
But
I overstand.
He takes his naps. I remember times to stop by the gym.
It's so important.
I get my naps in, definitely, because I love what I do. I never complain. I'm always on time. I'm always there. I talk to mentor a lot of trainers and stuff. I treat everybody the same way. Yolanda here, I'm not going to treat Yolanda than my other person. I treat everybody. Jonathan Grenard, another NFL guy, I don't treat him no
Tim
different.
Jameson.
Nobody else.
Mhm.
Tim,
Tim
Jameson,
Yeah.
same way. I treat them everybody the same way. I tell them that because I know guys, the NFL, they push their clients to the side, the regular clients. This, that. I don't do that. I treat everybody the same way. It's so important, and they know that they're gonna get the same focus with me. Then I give it with Yolanda, Tim Jameson, or John DeGrenard. And I appreciate that.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Nicole. It was the best thing happened coming in my life, training a lot of the kids I had.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Marvin Allen, my mentor, who he played with New England, assistant GM for the Dolphins. I don't keep up with it too much. He's my brother, so I don't worry about that. It don't matter. Yeah, because we had kids couldn't lift nothing and made it to college, and got degrees, and made it to the league. And if it weren't for him, they wouldn't have been there. Martin Fetty, he know it. Jermaine Fetty, the brothers, Seattle, and that's been a real blessing. Diamond Steiner, and the way he did his body in 3 months, and the strength coach at Florida, like, who you been working out with? And Jermaine got to Memphis. Mark got to Memphis, and his strength coach was coming from the league. Like, who you got? So any parent out there, this is the guy y'all want to get with. This is the best trainer in town. Strength, like you say, great mentor, everything. Because once you win, he like family. He gonna be in life. He gonna be in those kids' life for the rest of their life and everything. Like I said, I'm excited about the gym getting ready to get open. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be like Tom Williams. The best gym ever he used to was at Tom Williams' place when I was in high school. We used to go work out at my dad, old track coach at Prairie View. That's how that gym gonna be. It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be bigger than time. It's 2.1 acres. We got an indoor field house. It's about 24 by 25 wide, 45 length of it.
Oh.
And we're getting ready to break ground on permits and stuff, and built my weight room in the front and building from ground up and deal with the permits. They're gonna be 6,000 square feet. And then we have the field on the sides, football field. They're gonna be 65 to 70 yards. And it's gonna be grass, and we got a hill. We're gonna put a hill up there in the sand pit. It's multi-complex. You could do everything there, all different athletes, professional, college. The guys come back, this and that. Different trainers could come there. A lot of different trainers, all different phases and stuff. Definitely, especially
with kids. Like we talked about earlier about the injuries and everything. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the place to be. You need to give them the address.
And stuff. It's 3339 Pine Mont. Hopefully we'll be having our grand open by the first of the year, January. Have our grand open. Hopefully we'll be through building everything, complete building everything about probably December, November, December, have our grand opening. And so we're ready to go.
And we got to have you back before it opens. And at the end of the day too, we might be there doing a podcast on the grand opening. It's gonna be fun. We will be there. We will be there.
So I want to ask you a question, kind of piggybacking off of what you were talking about, how, there are kids who couldn't lift anything, and then they, develop. So I want to know, because kids are very different, they're not so much play outside till the light come on, So what advice do you give, or what approach do you give, like when you're training young athletes in the gym, to get them motivated to, put in this work, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so much different with the, with that.
Nicole, I've just been fortunate when I tell parents, and tell them kids too, when they do come, I say, you got to be ready to work. Mm. They know, pretty much all of them know what I've been played and this and that. I come there, most of them, 99% of them come with the right attitude. I had hundreds of kids. I had some great kids.
That's wonderful.
Everybody in the gym see them and everything. Say, man, Terrence, you have some great. I've been fortunate. It's all about the education and this and that too. They got to do well. They got to do well in education wise. And because like I told you, that's my biggest thing. I tell parents all the time, you invest in your kids, because college is so expensive now. If your kid is a pretty good kid, female, male, and pretty happy, you know how many universities out there, how many schools out there that could give your kid a scholarship?
Yeah.
If he or she, but you got to invest in them, with a good strength coach, a good speed coach, whatever he or she need, and work with them and get them. That's a good investment. If not, you're gonna pay, $45,000, $60,000. TSU now, TCU, my son School is 110 now.
Private
wow.
school.
Private
Oh.
school, 110
Private
a
school.
year. 110 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's get expensive.
Yeah,
It's
you
very expensive.
you got to understand too, Nicole, is we have a fight with these parents because so what happens is some people bring their kids and it be on. Like you said, you got to invest in your kids. And then they'll stop coming, they'll come back, and then it hurt them later on down the road. And I just hate to say this, but there's a lot of parents out there got their prerogatives messed up. Then they say, "Oh, it's too high." Look, going to college, it's not too high. But you look on their shoes, they got Jordans on.
Exactly.
You look on the pants, they got True Religion on. All that,
Right.
And they just say you gotta have your product. Like Tiger Woods there to say it best. The sweetest thing you can do is invest in your kid, no matter what it is, whether sports, academic. Invest in your kids. Excuse me.
You gonna invest in them and buy them shoes and buy all this stuff, $300 some shoes and this and that, or go out for happy hours. You're gonna spend some. It's just. And it's just, what are your priorities? What you gonna invest in your kids? You pretty much, it should be all about your kids, and that's important. And like Pat say, they start for a period of time, they stop. You can't do that. You start it like starting back all over. I don't care who you are, myself, any athlete. If you get yourself in a great position, you stop for 2 or 3 months, you're gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta keep it consistent.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing that Pat just say. I tell my clients, you're going to see a difference if you being consistent. The most important thing is consistency, being consistent. Don't get frustrated. Even my everyday people like yourself, you couldn't work out. Don't get frustrated at your weight and this and that. If you stay focused, stay on that line, you're going to see a difference. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, watch what you eat, getting cardio, with the weight training that I'm giving you, you're going to see a difference. It's a guarantee.
And I think one of the main things you said, the consistency definitely, and when you say in the focus, and earlier when you were talking about your son, is that focus. Is that's a broad umbrella, but the main thing is focusing on what yourself. Because sometimes, again, you get on social media, you see somebody else did this and that, and you start playing, tricks with your mind, or where you think you ought to be and what you should be doing. It's like your path is not. Their path is not your path. And you don't know how great yours is. You can only see as far as your eyelashes. So I just wanted to touch a little bit about can you give advice to parents? How important is that education? Say they get these scholarships to all these schools and stuff, and do they pick whatever has the best name, whichever has the best athletic team? Or should they really focus on a little bit of both, the athletic part and the educational portion?
I think definitely both. It's so important about the education, especially what he or she gonna major in, and what it's good at, and what they're gonna major. Then after that, you go from the coach, the depth chart, would you have this and that, and if you like the school, the people around, the atmosphere, you like the facilities, and that's second. But the most important is the education. Looking at what the school have in your major is good. If I'm majoring in Terrence, it was ecology, zoology. TCU have a great great zoo program, and he did some intern in zoo, and he want to study animals and this and that. It just depends on what your major gonna be like, and it's so important to do. And then, like I say, just find the right, you feel comfortable with the coach. But at all times, you can't get related with the coach. Coach leaves so quick, they pick up and leave. You got to see a good atmosphere you like, and like I said, just getting out there playing ball, definitely. Yeah.
And then you touched on a little point in about how you love what you do. So I think that's an important aspect of when you're choosing your major. Love what you do. Because life after sports, right? Truesdale, once that ball, the game is over.
Game over.
You better love what you do.
Right.
I found, like I said, my major I was going into criminal, in the federal government, but Lord put me in this path, and I love what I do.
Life is cool. Like I said, life is great when you do what you like to do. Like you said the key word. When you get up in the morning, you're excited. Even some days you be like, "Oh, I'm right," but at the end of the day, once you get going, you're like, "Oh, I'm right." It's like you writing.
Yeah.
It's like you writing all night.
Yeah, I will. I'll be up 2-3. Yeah, I got to get it out.
I'm thankful, and I'm thankful, man. Thank you. thank you, Lord. I'm thankful,
Mhm.
because man, this is the best job. See, like Charles Barkley, they be doing stuff on the announcing, making all. Oh man, I'm thankful for me doing this. It's easy money. I'm thankful.
That you can relax and really
And do
enjoy the
something you
fruits of your
enjoy.
labor.
Exactly.
And
But
yeah,
That's the same with me
yeah.
with training. I'm thankful, man.
what's funny, guys? It's funny you said Charles Barkley. I remember Charles Barkley was on the Tonight Show. I think he was on either Jay Leno or David Letterman a long time ago. He said that working is overrated.
Yeah.
And he said you want to have fun with it and everything. And he said that could you broadcast? That's a pretty boy job. And if I did it, I'd change things. I have to change things. And he ended up doing it
And he changed things. Yeah.
Now it's like, I think he just got 100. He turned down. I mean, he getting paid serious money, and the way things are now, and he loving it. And then playing golf on top of that, what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So it's
you get chances to be on TV, talk about basketball that you played and this and that,
and tell the truth.
Yeah, enjoy, have a good time. They have a good time talking, joking with each other, having a great time, man. You can't beat that.
Yeah, and you got players get sensitive. You got broadcasters get sensitive because I saw something on Chris Carter was talking about Skip, and they was on the show together. So he was talking about Tebow passing. I don't know if you saw that. Talking about he said he would never do that in the league. And Chris Carter was saying the same thing. So Skip caught himself getting personal, talking about, well, you never played in the Super Bowl. What they had to do with the conversation? So when they got off the air, Chris Carter said, "Man, if you say something," he was basically threatening to I'll punch you and everything. But I'm like, you let Skip get to you. Skip is running his mouth. Just trying to, that's why Jalen Rose told his brother when he brought his stats out when he played high school basketball because he didn't play that much. You don't let people let that stuff get personal, but then people tell the truth. Then I know you do have people a-holes behind the mic though and everything, but
right. Anything for attention.
Yeah. Right.
So Terrence, we're gonna go inside of the locker room for a minute. Okay, let's see, where is that? Bam, inside the locker room. Look at there. So inside the locker room is, when we talk about things that are outside of being on the field, on the court, or whatever. And so this is a little bit of a serious subject, but I feel like it's important, to talk about. There's a former NFL running back, Cierre Woods, and he got life sentence after pleading guilty to murdering a 5-year-old girl. Okay, and this was his girlfriend's daughter, and this is in a Las Vegas apartment. And the Clark County judge, she also ordered him to serve between 28 months and 6 years for the child abuse charge. And so he must, serve all of that consecutively. Then he'll be up, for parole in 10 years. And so the mother, her name is Amy Taylor, and she pleaded guilty, to second-degree murder and felony child abuse. And the little girl, her name was Lariah Davis, and she was found dead in the apartment. She had 20 broken ribs, internal bleeding, a lacerated liver, and bruising to the heart, diaphragm, and connective tissue per the autopsy report. Now, this is the part right here. Taylor, the mom, told the police at the time that she sat on the girl while disciplining her. And the guy, Cierre Wood, said he used exercise as a discipline and claimed the little girl fell backwards while doing sit-ups and hit her head on the carpeted floor. So I want to ask you, in light of, this incident and everything, and as a former NFL player, and stuff, how do you as a coach and athletic trainer address the character development, because we talked about that, and the emotional well-being of the athletes that you work with, and as well as you, Truesdale?
Yeah, that's sad. It's tough. I just can't. I don't get it. I just don't. I guess those guys have issues from their parents and like growing up and dealing with abuse in their family, on whoever, the dad, uncle, mother, whoever it is, and then when they get out, relationships, who are you gonna beat up? That's just crazy. I can't believe that what you just telling me is mind-boggling. Honestly, he don't need to serve no time. That kid is dead. They should execute him. Honestly,
it's a kid.
We wasting our taxpayer money with him completely, and it just don't make any sense for a person to do that to a child, a kid. It just don't make any sense. Do it to anybody, but a kid, innocent kid, and you're gonna do that, and she's worse too. She
Yeah.
allowing him
Yes.
to do that.
It's like they
Yeah.
found each other, like abusive people.
Yeah.
Somehow they
finally- and
find
she
each
probably-
other.
And,
You
and
know,
it ain't about who the worst is. They both bad. And like you said, once again, you said all the time, Nicole, mental health. Got people with mental health problems getting together.
They've been abused.
Yeah.
A lot of them been abused. Would it come from that? The background, everything else, and they're used to that, and they learn. And most of them do come from abusive family, and mental. If they don't change it, all of them gonna continue to do it. They're gonna continue to do it.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you something, Nicole. I know the Notre Dame Irish community is really embarrassed because a lot of guys I know play pro ball, go to Notre Dame. They'll tell you I hated it when I went there, but I'm blessed I went there, and they have so much stuff. Life after sports too, with their benefits. That's like the American school.
Mhm.
But he went to Notre Dame, and this is the second guy got sentenced. The boy got sentenced last year, killing his mom.
Oh
From
yeah,
Notre
yeah,
Dame.
yeah.
You know,
I
it just.
remember that.
I don't think it's this year. It just. I know it's embarrassed for university, but that's I'm lost of words. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm like Terrence. Why pay tax? He need to be electrocuted.
Wasting taxpayers' money for that. Other countries, it wouldn't happen in other countries.
No, they would have hung him.
Yeah,
right there on the spot.
Yeah.
Both
other
of them.
Countries, they don't mess
Oh
around.
yeah. Not without a second thought.
Yeah.
So I also want to ask both of you all, because both of you all deal with influential people
Mhm.
and celebrities and everything. So I want to know, Truesdale, like, what measures do you believe are necessary to ensure that these young athletes understand their responsibility, that comes with their influence and status? Because some people like, I'm just an athlete, don't follow me, but no matter what, it's something that it comes with it.
Yeah,
So
it comes. You got to get ready for everybody need a therapist. Every athlete. I remember the boy Caleb Williams, first pick in the draft, gave his Heisman Trophy speech, and he was saying that, giving thanks to his parents and his trainer, his strength coach, his quarterback coach, but he said sports therapist. I was like, wow, that's what these kids need today. Me and Terrence and work with kids. Before I met Terrence, me and him work with kids had issues together, and we helped them. We still doing it to this day. But some of these kids have really issues, and like you say all the time about the mental health stuff, we got to go to a professional. So you got to get that kid prepared. Even if nothing wrong with that kid, because some people like, oh, I don't need that. I miss counseling. No, mom, they got to hear it and get prepared. Like we was talking off the air, Nicole, about the young man, 16 years old.
Oh yeah.
What's the kid name?
Quincy.
And this kid now that man came around him, he got to get used to that. And then here's my thing too. It's so much pressure because they think that people got to please the world. People need to quit posting videos of celebrities and athletes when the kids walk by. When they walk by, kids don't ignore kids sign autograph because everybody can't do it sometimes. Somebody posted something on LeBron James and he walked over because he was trying to get in. It wasn't the time. And so it puts so much pressure that they got to get, because if they do that, it's so much.
Right. Everything is always something, right?
Right. And some people want to get treated regular. Yeah.
Brown would never get nowhere.
Yeah. That's everybody. And he ain't the only one. Yeah, he's not the only one. Even CJ, some people got to go. They got in a rush. They in the airport. They got to catch their plane. People think you're supposed to stop. Oh, you see what they do all the time. And LeBron done a lot in the community. LeBron got a school.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Come on now. So it's just that, like I say, a lot of these, you just got to train them and let them what they look forward to. And even life after sports, because like Tony said last week, we had Tony T here last week, Tony, Terrence, and he was just saying that some of these guys, after they quit playing ball, they got to go to the regular life. How can they handle that? And they're used to treatment. But at the same time, if you're successful after sports, and this is my advice to people, it's nothing like being a legend. To me, I get a kick when people remember you, then you get in the glory, because they're going to always remember you. But if you don't do nothing after sports and you sit around and have problems, that's when people, they destroy you. But at the same time, you destroy yourself too. So yeah. But it's just, they need mental help.
What are your thoughts?
With me, Pat could tell you, I've been around a lot of celebrities like Pat. I'm not all about that. I'm just so down to earth, this and that. I don't like to be in the limelight. That's just me. Some guys like that. When they finish playing ball, they like to be in attention and like to be in line. I'm content. I'm behind the scene. I had many other people on to interview me because Pat is my boy. I can. I don't do this.
Well,
I don't do
thank
this.
you. I feel so
I don't do
special.
this. I don't. But I just, I really just don't like to social media. I like to live my life. Like I say, do well, live within my means. Um, Getting back to the kids, Pat knows all my kids have great character. Now I got a couple. Pat knows. I'm not gonna say with name.
We got a couple on rough around the edges. We have to really,
and
yeah.
Okay, that's part of it.
it goes back to their parents. The
Mhm.
parents don't instill in that in them, and they keep making mistakes after mistakes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It goes for A&M,
Yeah. We ain't gonna say the name, yeah. And you
like
know
I
what I
said,
deal with, and
yeah.
I got even one of them I had to deal with now. He
Yeah.
about to get the
He's a good kid, but
sure.
he don't. His parents allow him to do so much, and there's no discipline at home, and it's unusual for those type of people. I'm not gonna say it, but those type of people usually their kids don't act that way. But this kid is good. He means well, but he's always getting in trouble.
But Terrence, it's not his fault when you think about it because it comes from home. It comes from
Yeah,
parents.
they allow it. His dad
Yeah.
allow
So that
it.
energy,
Yes,
it
they
attracts
allow
them.
him to
Yeah.
get
You
with
can't be their
friends.
friend, and they getting the
Exactly.
stars and writers calling out. They think they get on the glory. Yeah.
My boys, everybody see the great character of my boys, this and that. I don't play with my boys.
And they know it. And they know
I'm
it.
not your friend.
Yeah.
I'm your dad.
Yeah.
I don't wrestle. I don't do all that stuff. No. They know.
Mhm.
I don't play. I don't do that. No.
Yeah, I remember I had a kid with mom.
Yeah.
I had a
I see so
kid.
many dads, a lot of their kids, and they wrestle this and that, think they're friends. We go do that, joke around, this and no, not like that. No. I'm your dad. You gonna respect me a certain way, this and that. I seen kids cuss their dad and mothers out.
Oh boy.
Yes,
Man, yeah.
yes.
But see, I remember. I will never forget this.
Wow.
I remember Colin Sweet interviewing him and talking to him. They played it from Brenham with the UT on stage. I remember he said, "I'm on the phone with the guy. Okay, that's cool. Take care of that. But you gonna wash these dishes when you get through. Don't think of all that because you got the stars and the scholarship. You still got.
You still got chores
that's
to
his,
do.
and that kid don't make it. I said his mom was a.
You gotta stay
strong
grounded.
head,
Yeah.
You got to stay on them and this and that, and their parents allow them, and you let them do so much to a certain age. After they become a teenager, this and that, you kind of lost them.
Yeah, they're adults by that time.
They do.
You can't control
what they
them.
want to do. And
then when you try to diss them, put your hands on, they gonna laugh at you.
I shake my head, and I let kids and I talk to them and this and that. My boys know. They know you don't disrespect me. You don't take them crazy this and that. They know I don't play because I tell people, and I'm not afraid. I always testimony, and I tell my dad wasn't the best. And I love my mom, this and that, and she allowed him to do things in the old way and everything else. But I never disrespect my dad. I don't care how I felt and everything. I never disrespect the man. He brought me world. This is how I never disrespect him. And ain't no way my child gonna say something crazy and disrespect me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you where I was raised. I brought you to this world. I take you out this world.
Okay, and bring you back again to remind you.
So many parents allow these kids to disrespect them completely.
And the thing about it that goes a little bit deeper before we move on is that I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do certain things to my parents. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to curse my parents.
That wasn't never in your mind. That wasn't in your vocabulary.
Wasn't even in my mindset. So it's
you
like,
knew better.
what is going on for you, even as a kid, to think this is okay? You know what I'm saying? Because we all have instincts, even as a child. You know
better.
So it's kind of weird. So we almost wrapping up, but before we go, we have to do our. Wait, here it goes. Oh, it's not clicking. Our Truth Tunnel with Truesdale. There we go. It's coming. Little technical difficulties. So Truesdale, let's talk a little bit about your friend Jerry Jones and CD Lamb.
You know what? And I know I got my boy here, Melvin here, he's a big Cowboy fan. I still say to this day, the Lakers and the Cowboys are the biggest soap operas organization. And I think Jerry out here really playing with us. And he was saying that he got 2 more receivers, like we don't need them and everything. Man, if he's saving the boy, I can understand. But man, go on, Herb and sign CD Lamb. Quit playing with yourself. Y'all not gonna do nothing without CD Lamb. That's just the reality. I like, go on, sign my boy, quit playing. And I know he might be resting his body, but don't try to make controversy and say things just to get the attention. And I remember CD tweeted out LOL, and he probably did that because they probably know he playing or whatever. But go on, sign it, boy. Get my boy out the way. Get BCB come boy out the way. Do what you got to do. Everybody tired of it. Cam almost, come on, man. Playing around like he ain't gonna sign him. Let him on sign him and see what's gonna happen to the Cowboys. That offense ain't gonna be able to move the ball.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he's right. It's just crazy. CeeDee Lamb, they can't do without him. Like I said, last year showed the biggest margin from first 1,700 something yards, almost 1,800. The second person was behind him was 900, almost 1,000 yards. That's crazy. They don't have nobody else. Brandon Cooks, he's a good player, this and that. He's good.
Yeah, he's old though.
Yeah, but
he's
he's
your cousin.
Exactly. Yeah, he's
his cousin.
He's better. Yeah, but they didn't need him. They can't do without him. They can't do it.
And then you got to look at all these receivers getting these contracts. You got the boy kid from the Bears. He's good and got the long extension franchise. But he's not CD Lamb. No.
St. John from Detroit. He's another good. Yeah, they're not. CD Lamb is a very good player. He's always good. And getting back to the thing, I always preach you get me real frustrated with a lot of these guys, athletes. Right? Pat can tell you, I get mad and this and that. He does a lot for those kids, and he hit CD Lamb, all those guys, so many guys.
Man, we was together. We was together last week. Had a good time.
And so many guys, but they don't give back to him enough. They don't do things for him enough. All the stuff he did for those boys, get them where they get, and they don't do enough.
Well, I don't really need that, Terrence. It's coming, man. I'm blessed, man.
I
agree. Yeah. But it ain't no discussion now.
I know Terrence make it to the next level, this and that. He'll be doing stuff for Vice City Prep. What I do, donating. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I've been around. Like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. I've seen these guys, and you take them places and do this and that, everything with them. When they do make it big, they don't give back.
Well, a lot of athletes don't give back what they do.
They need to.
I tell them that, but at the end of the day, I thank God what I got going and money's still flowing in. And I say that because I ain't the type that I'm gonna help you make it and live off you. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm good regardless.
But it don't have to be that way. But it's about giving back.
But it's about giving back. Yeah, because Pat chose they're good.
I want to do a camp for you. Or do a fundraiser for you. You know what I'm saying? Being that
that's great. But here's my thing. I love doing the college camps to get them in school and kids all over the city. So that's
and like I say,
education is all about.
Sponsor that.
Yeah.
Sponsor your tour. You know what I'm saying? Sponsor your tour. Stuff like that, little small things, give back, man. I knew you was there for me. You took me all these different places when I was coming up. It wouldn't be for you. I wouldn't have been,
They have firsthand knowledge and experience of what that was like.
Well, the thing too is, Tad, you got to understand is everybody go pro in other things. Mm-hmm. And so I've been blessed to even have kids that made another thing and been successful and gave back. So you got to look at that too.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Kids that don't. I'm just saying kids that don't.
Yeah. And the thing you got to understand that kids forget where they come from, especially people helping, they get the big head. Bad. A lot of them I know I deal with in the past. If they call themselves sticking their nose up at me, they pay for that. Because see, God don't like ugly. And I always remember, I don't give a care where a person help you at where you at. Whether you go pro and go work a regular job, you're a school teacher. You sit around outside a person if you want to, and people that help you get there. It's gonna come back to you. At the end of the day, my head is gonna be above water. I'm gonna keep it above water, no matter what. Amen. I got something to look forward to after this show. Big things about to happen, so that's the blessed thing. So my thing is, if a person don't want it, that's fine, because I'm still gonna be here. Ain't never going nowhere.
I'm just saying.
I could be doing what I'm doing.
Yo,
I know what
and
you're
I
saying
understand.
though,
Just to be,
but I'm gonna
let
let
me say
you
a good
know.
example about Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan, same thing. You know, wouldn't be for TSU. He went to um what high school he went to?
Westbury.
Westbury.
Mhm.
And then he went to TSU. He went to the TSU, offered him a scholarship. He wouldn't have made it. Nobody didn't offer him no scholarship. Hall of Fame guy. Nobody didn't offer. You know how much money Michael made? He could give back to TSU. TSU need help.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to defend him on this. He has gave back, but you got to understand too. Some things he done in the past. You got to understand. Black colleges mess people money up, and all you got to do is burn a bridge one time. Worthy messed over Singletary. When Reggie Brown got that job, and he wrote him a long letter, email, and his wife read it. So I think you need to contact this guy, and they want to honor him, and they did right. So a lot of times you got to be careful because see, so many people mess over these kids' money, mess over these players' money, foundation money. Something happened at Yates with Santana. Santana had a scholarship for Baylor. His scholarship for every kid, like if I think 7 kids out of Yates go to Baylor for free. He had the doctor's bag in it. My understanding, they had a new principal came over there and messed that up. So you gotta understand, us as a people, I hate to say it, we're bad with money, and that's why HBCUs and athletics are kind of stuck because they not giving back. They're not managing the money, not doing what they're doing. Just like one thing I give Coach Prime credit. He was at Jackson State and he had all, and then the president told me come through me when he needed a new field. The field was horrible, glass on the field, and Walmart gave him the money. But at the same time, the president told me come through me and he trying to be the middleman and get a cut. It ain't about you, it's about these kids. And that stuff came back on him. And by him being Dion having that name, it really showed everybody what goes on behind the scene because we can have more than what we have, but we also mess up a lot. And the minute somebody black ain't giving back, then they want to blame, oh man, he ain't doing it because Strahan just gave him some equipment last year.
Well, I believe you need to give him more equipment. You need to build building. You need to do some other stuff because this dude making a lot of money.
He might do, but I'm just letting you know.
I'm a giving person. That's the way I am. I don't forget what's getting me there first and this and that. If I had the money and doing this stuff, I'm gonna give back. It wouldn't be for, I would say my Pat. Me and Pat can always be brothers because we helped each other out. I don't forget the kids he sent me and this and that. I don't forget all that. Me and him like brothers. I don't forget. I know so many guys that does that. And I always preach. Action is everything. Talk is nothing. Just look at the person action. I don't care if it's in a relationship, business, friendship, whatever. Look at their action. They're gonna tell you everything.
That's true.
Everything.
Right.
And like I say, I had an incident there. I had to meet with these guys. And I had to call Pat this morning. I told him about it. I said, I can't do that to my boy. I had to tell him I couldn't do it. I said, I'm gonna have to open up the gate early, this and that. He wanted to meet with me because I had an appointment for them to do the guys do the survey out there this morning at 11. They called me, they couldn't do it. Only way they could do it at 1:00. I'm like, I got my friend of mine's podcast. I said, let me see. I called Pat and I said, I'll let you know this and that. Pat's like, oh, T. I said, check. I said, no, I can't do that. I said, I'm gonna have to open the gate. You have to call my other partner, this and that. I can't do it because that's the person I am. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. That's the person I am. I don't forget. I just don't forget about my boys. I just don't do it.
Yeah, like I say, at the end of the day, I do what I got to do, and I'm doing what I got to do. But if a person want to act like that, it comes back no matter what. I don't give how you living. It's gonna come back to because you don't forget when people get you there. Because I'm sure not gonna forget people to get you there. I'm not gonna never forget my mom when I did something I was young, and she beat the hell out of me because she didn't want to see me build. When I tried to steal off the car, I told that story. Made with my butt to my butt shirt purple, but that I would if it weren't for that I wouldn't be here.
You already know now.
Then my dad sitting down with me, hey son, I gotta quit whipping you. So yeah, you don't never forget that because you got people out here forget their parents. They make it, it's a lot of y'all. So at the end of the day, I don't, you don't want to put yourself to rely on things and rely on people. It's like we got blessed within a tunnel because we got blessed with them. We got blessed with something that we don't have nothing to worry about no more. And a lot of times, like when you rely on people, they don't never want to come through. That's why you go get your own and something that we even got blessed with. Thank God. And hey, God is good. We fine. I'm telling you, we good. We've been a road to see if it get hot. We've been over a road.
All right, so I want to end the show. We are now at the end zone. All right. And I want to thank you for being our special guest co-host. But before we go, please tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Yes, you can. My email is tcooks58@gmail.com, or my phone number is 832-725-7900. Coach Cooks. Like I say, I do strength training, personal training. I train everyday people like yourself, athletes. Um, Love what I do. I guarantee you make a difference. If you come with a positive attitude, make a difference. Please give me a call if you're serious about getting in shape or want me to train your kid. Definitely love what I do.
All right, thank
Well,
you.
I got some breaking news for everybody out there. NFL breaking news, which ain't a surprise because the way they talked about the injury. But Ricky had a hell of a preseason game, but J.J. McCarthy is out for the season.
Yeah,
Minnesota Vikings, Ricky from Michigan's national champ is out for the season. Man, that's a tough blow, but oh well.
Oh, wow. Okay. And we also want to say thank you for joining us, Melvin.
Cowboy sucks.
And until next time, we want to thank you for tuning in to In the Tunnel Sports Podcast. I don't know. I don't have any closing statements. Just
I mean, well, we got what 12 more days for college football.
Yeah, and okay.
It's about to go down. And not this time of year is boring, but thank God for the Olympics. That's gonna be another 4 years though. But other than that, hey, go Texas. D'Amico got the boys rolling. They look good the other night. I know Fields didn't look good, so everybody keeps saying Fields should start. No, Wilson is the starter. He should be starting. But I got to right now. They kind of healthy right now, so far so good. So looking forward to that. And like I say, hey, for high school football about to kick off, and I'm looking forward to that. Get with my man Taylor Ham. We got something coming. So hey, just look forward to it because it's going to be a fun season, competitive season.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and remember, stay hydrated. Oh, where it goes?